Well, hello and welcome to another edition of the Big Freaking Friday Show right here on the College Football Mafia channel. I'm your host, Nathan Bomber Brown, with my partners in crime. That would be the Wild Ute, who just came in the door, and Moen, who is dapper tonight. I think the Town
What's
Hawk
up?
is watching you, Moen.
You better be. You take a look at this. You said Moen ain't got the drip. I got the new cut, baby. Woo, woo. I'm bad.
I think you look great. I don't know what he's talking about. He talked about it. I did a live show today. If you missed it, you can catch it in our catalog. We did a watch party for the U.S. national soccer team. Amazing.
Heck yeah.
Not me, but the U.S. winning. Go back and watch it on Fox 1. The game was amazing, and the U.S. is going to be a threat. Did you guys get a chance to watch any of that?
Oh,
Nope.
absolutely. What a game. I mean, this squad is a really talented squad. This is the best U.S. national team I've really ever seen, guys.
Yes.
They're going to we'll see if they can get into the Elite Eight of the World Cup, but man, it's exciting to see it.
It sure is, and it grows on you quick, doesn't it, Ute?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's good stuff.
It is. Absolutely. Now, Moen is not a soccer believer.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show. I just can't get into it. It's too boring. I need fast-paced sports. I need things happening.
We got to sell him, Ute. We got to convince him.
Come on, Moen.
Listen, I've been to Columbus Crew games. I've been there
It's not
live.
the same. It's not the same.
Listen, it's just one of them sports I can't get into. Congratulations to the men's soccer team.
Let's go.
Let's go win the World Cup.
Yes.
Just let's piss off everybody even more than we possibly can. And let's do it. But I'm not going to watch it. It's too boring. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Moen, so you're not going to watch it if, like, Moen, so watch the game if, like, the U.S. team advances to, like, the final. Yeah, like, this is, like, the biggest it gets, man, in world sport.
It is in the world. It is. Absolutely.
No.
Anyway.
I won't watch, but hey,
okay. All right.
everybody else enjoy it. Like what you like and don't be a dick about it.
There you go. Hey, that's fair. I would say this. If the U.S. gets to the finals, the three of us should meet in Vegas. That's how big a deal it would be if the U.S. made it to the finals. I would go into debt for that trip.
Heck yeah.
That would be amazing. We could go down to Vegas and watch it together.
You would fall off the path with that trip, Nathan.
I would. I wouldn't. I'm too high on my own supply, Moen. Anyway, if you missed it, catch it later. But right now, enjoy Big Freaking Friday. We're going to talk about, well, the world turned upside down again this week. With every off season now, there is not Friday news drop. It's now Thursday news drops. It's now Wednesday news drops. You guys, another week where, I mean, I'm just speechless as we go from day to day. What are some of your first thoughts as we made it through this week?
What a crazy week. Seriously, with like this Cruz Cantwell bill. Oh my gosh, I know that Moen and Flugar and many in Big Ten circles are losing their minds over this bill. I totally understand why. It's crazy to see this actually happen right now because you're basically forcing a breakaway. And it's like, what do you expect to happen here, guys? Like, you're forcing the issue here with this PCSA, and like it's wild to see it because like I think that it's not going to deliver what you really want from this bill. If like the idea is to keep everyone one big happy family, pool media rights, and everything, it's just not going to deliver anything close to what they think. And so I think it's a huge airball and stuff, and it's just amusing. I will say this though, like the Big Ten folks, like they get a lot of wins, right? They get a lot of wins on the field. They're winning championships. They get a lot of wins off the field and everything. And as a Big 12 guy, like you take a lot of shots. And so it is kind of amusing, like in a way, just to see the meltdown over some of the bill stuff that's going on in Big Ten circles, because they just don't take many shots. Like, but you know that the net results are actually going to hurt you as like an outsider. But like, I don't know, maybe it's a little Schadenfreude.
No, you and I, hey, Philip, you and I need to go to lunch this weekend or something because we are thinking the exact same way. Exactly.
This
Well,
is how it is. It's like, hey, you guys are leaving anyway. You're leaving. It was a matter of time and stuff. And it's just forcing everything to speed up a lot more, right?
You brought up the outsider, and that's a great point because I just added this to the board.
Let's get it.
Hey, you want to go to war?
What is this?
You want a war? You're going to get one.
There you go. You guys
Is that
want to go
Kevin
to war?
Nash?
No, that's
Is that
Scott
Kevin
Hall.
Nash?
Freaking
Oh,
Scott
dang it.
Hall.
Dang it. I knew it was one of the two. I love those guys. They were
That is
fantastic.
Scott Hall, yes. And we're
Okay.
going to war. The
I
Big
got
Ten
it.
and the SEC are united. We, like the Crips and the Bloods and the Watts riot, we're united now. We're going to fight this thing to the very end.
That's good.
And ACC teams be getting that money ready. Get that buyout money ready. Get ready to take quarter shares because it's going to be coming.
Why even pay quarter shares? You literally could rape and pillage these schools, Moen. Why pay them anything?
Well, that's true, but I mean, there's optics too. You
Wait a minute. No, fill this out for me. Paint the picture. What's the optics? Why would the Big Ten pay for something they could get for free?
Well, one, I don't know that they could get it for free. I mean, you still got the SEC. You've still got the SEC hanging out there to make for leverage for people. Now, if the SEC tells people, no way, we want you, they lose their leverage. But until then, the SEC still does have bargaining leverage. So, but look, I mean, talked about it earlier today with Becky. They don't have the money in hand yet. So anything they offer people who aren't willing to self-fund like Duke is theoretical money. It's not contractual money they have from Fox, CBS, or NBC.
No.
There is not enough money.
I think
There
there's
is
plenty
not
of money.
enough money.
I
I don't think there's enough.
Plenty. It's just like, where's it going to go?
I think the Big Ten has what they have with 18 schools. Anything they add is going to more than deplete. Minnesota's not giving up any of their share. And I don't. Fox is not going to overpay. Fox is not going to overpay for Big Ten. They already got you on the cheap, right? You're cheaper than the NFL. The NFL is going to get paid. The Big Ten, assuming walking around big hat saying you guys are going to get extra money from Fox, I think go ahead, go to the market. Look what happened to the Pac-12.
It might be, but I think the Big Ten and the SEC know what they know, and they're going to do what they're going to do. And look, this shot was fired from the Senate Commerce Committee,
right?
And hey, you fired the first shot. That's the end of it. We'll take it all the way to the mattresses.
You guys remember about a year to 2 years ago how we were like, there's no other option, like the Big 12, the ACC, the G6. You've got no other leverage other than bringing the federal government in. We talked about this so many times, and it's kind of just refreshing to see you pull out all the guns, right? Like, again, the breakaway was inevitable. At least you're putting up a fight and making it painful. At least, I'm not saying that you're going to win it all. You're going to lose this anyway, but it's not like you're just sitting over and taking it more. I'm so sick of taking it. I've been taking it too long, Mo. No way. We can't take it no more and stuff. So you got to pull out the leverage. You got to make it painful. You got to add something. You got to counterpunch or something else rather than just giving, capitulating, getting taken advantage of in this loop. So I'm happy at least something's happening.
Well,
let the breakaway happen if it's going to happen. It was going to happen anyway.
Here's the thing I want to bring up here. Nate said there is not more money, and here's why I disagree. There are streaming giants out there that want to get into college football. If you add enough teams, you add more volume, you can actually supply them with games.
But volume isn't value. I mean, not value. Volume doesn't necessarily deliver the quality, right? Yeah,
for streamers, though, it does. I mean, Front Office Sports just released an article this week. The NBA finals are up. All these live sports are up. And streamers' demand for live sports is up. there's going to be somebody who comes out, whether it's Amazon, Netflix, Paramount Plus, once they get their merger approved. Somebody is going to want to jump on that train to get live sports. In addition, I know you guys think it's good news for the Big 12 and the ACC.
What? It's not good news at all.
Well, that's
what.
Oh no!
What's good news?
Okay.
Please tell me. I want to hear what's good news. Tell me what I've said.
You
good
guys,
news,
there's several Big 12 fans and ACC fans have put this forth that this is good news.
This isn't me and you, though. Don't say us.
Okay.
All right.
There's several Big 12 and ACC people, not named Nate or you,
okay,
that have said that this is good news for the Big 12 and the ACC. If Fox ends up having to pay the Big 10 more,
yes,
who's going to take less?
Yeah, we know.
It's going to be the Big 12.
We know.
And, you know, if ESPN has to pay the SEC more, who's going to take less? It's going to be a depleted ACC and a Big 12.
I was shocked that one of the things that they introduced to the bill later in their negotiations, again, this bill, the Protect College Sports Act, is a long way from being approved. There are so many hurdles they have to get over to actually get something that's in law. But regardless of that, and I just lost my train of thought. What the hell was I just going to say? It was really good, too. It was going to make me look smart. Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All I was going to say, Moen, is there might be people who were saying that, but don't loop me and you into that, right?
That's fine.
That's been frustrating me all week long. Just because we ask questions or say, well, this could be, or just saying those things does not mean that we're behind what to me. Oh, no, I know what I was going to say. The ACC and Big 12 approved to an amendment that said you couldn't form an A4.
Yeah.
And that shocked me. That actually, I was like, whoa, wait, did I read that right? They actually said that they don't want to build an A4 and create a super conference of their own. I could not believe that, because that's the only way, as Ute says, that the Big 12 and the ACC are going to get any bump up is to leverage the Big 10 and the SEC. Instead, you forced them into bigger, deeper holes. And yes, I could not believe that. And that's why this thing, I think, is a monstrosity. You're trying to cover too many bases, very, very thin coverage, very wide, broad declarations of ownership. And there's just too many things that are wrong with it. On top of the fact that nobody's talking about the athletes. And that's the only thing I care about in the whole thing, is I want athletes to have representation in a CBA. And the athletes have completely gotten forgotten in this entire thing.
Yeah, well, Cody Campbell doesn't want a CBA.
All right, we're going to leave it with that. You don't want to say anything, Moen? You want to say anything? We can get to headlines if you'd like.
I don't want to. I've got something important.
Oh, we lost you, Ute.
Oh,
well, can you hear me now?
We can't hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear him, Moen?
You can hear.
I can hear him.
Oh, you can't hear me. Maybe it's me.
So
what the hell?
Every time that I see this acronym, this PCSA, it reminds me of some type of prostate check, guys. Prostate exam, prostate check, or something like that. PCSA, every time.
Yeah, I think they're not going to use something. It's the federal government. They're not going to use something as general as just two fingers. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
It's not going to happen.
I'm not sure what just happened. Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you, Nate. Can you hear us?
Thank goodness you just didn't hear what we just said. That's all I'm saying.
That's all right, Nate. Just you work on it, and I'll lead. Let's get to some super chats here.
I got it.
Okay, Nate's got it now. What? I can't hear you. Nate, I'm sorry. Now I can hear you.
I can't hear you either, Nate. I can't hear Moan.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Happy Friday. Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
What the hell is going on?
All right, I'm going to read some super chats. Moen will have a field with clowns. I hope you're saying field day with clowns, because I really don't want a field full of clowns. I don't particularly care for clowns.
How about now?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can hear you.
I can't believe this.
Okay, so apparently he still can't hear us. Thank you.
It says it's working.
Thank you for the super chat, Ricky Tungate. We do appreciate that. Nate would tell you he
What have I
appreciates it
done?
as well if his thing was
Screwed
working.
it up somehow.
Let me give you a
Keep
sounder.
going. I'm trying.
Let me give you a sounder. About $8.
Stan, don't you know the first law of physics? Anything that's fun costs at least $8.
There you go. Nate has departed while he tries to work on that. Ricky, thank you for the super chat, my dude. By the way, everybody, we have not mentioned it yet. Make sure you're giving a like and a subscribe to the channel. Here we're 9 away from 6,000. It should be. We should be hitting 6,000.
I'm back. Sorry.
By the end of the night. Can you hear us, Nate?
I can hear you. I don't know what just happened. It just
Okay.
stopped. Yeah.
Hey, this one's for Ricky, guys. Hey, Ricky gave us a super chat, very kind super chat.
Go.
And he needs to have his nightly Big Freaking Friday baby Wonder Woman swimsuit, Iowa Hawkeyes baby, national champions. You guys rock.
Yeah. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
It really is.
But thank you for the super chat, Ricky. I do appreciate that. As I was saying, let's get some super chats in here. Let's get some memberships going. Click on the little cash icon on the bottom of the screen. That helps us keep the lights on here, helps keep mowing in the new cuts, helps keep you deep in that Scotch whiskey, helps keep Nate.
There we go. That's what I want.
Helps keep Nate's savings account floating. So thank you for that. Absolutely appreciate the super chat, Ricky Tungate. We will get back to super chats right after we get done with a rapid fire headline here.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay, this is the first one I've got, and I post the link. This is the college football playoff. Believe it or not, they have been negotiating, and we didn't know anything about it. Here's the link for it. The original article, Sports Business Journal. College football playoff leaders discussed 16-24 team formats on Wednesday, completely under the cover. Nobody even knew they were meeting because of all this other stuff going on. Around postseason expansion, administrators are working hard towards the next evolution of the CFP. And I think this is great news. And I think that they could get something done for this year, and it could sneak right underneath everybody's radar. It could just get done overnight, especially because everybody's so upset about the PCSA.
16 versus 24. We're back to that discussion. I love 16, guys. Let's go 16. 16 is better than 24. Give the Big 12 2 automatic berths. That's the ideal optimized playoff situation. That's what I think. 16, baby. Let's go 16, 2 automatic berths.
Moen?
In the land of the super conferences, I'm fine with 16.
Okay. All right. I prefer 24, but I've always been a 24 guy. So that's a train I've always been on. Yeah, let's get to another one. We got this one. This is the last word on Brennan Sorsby. This article was really well written. I'm not going to dive into it because we don't have enough time tonight. There's too much going on. But I will post the link. I recommend you go watch it. It's basically the last 48 hours of the Brennan Sorsby fiasco. And I just wanted to bring people's attention to the fact that Texas Tech people are now even starting to look in the mirror and say, yeah, maybe this wasn't such a smart deal. What are you guys' last words on Brennan Sorsby and how it's going to affect this next calendar year of college football?
I think that this is going to have massive ramifications. We know in conference realignment that relationships are incredibly important. Not only did Texas Tech burn relationships with the Big 12 members because of their actions and their support, but not just that, but like the Big 10 and everybody else. So this was the most unwise thing that Texas Tech could have ever done, guys. And like they didn't even get a win out of it. They've lost so much like credibility. They lost so many relationships they could have had. It's just a complete disaster from Texas Tech's standpoint. Everything about it, every single one of the people that was in that clown video should resign, guys. This is a complete failure of the system, and something needs to change at Texas Tech. There's some serious dysfunction going on there. So seriously, they need new leadership, guys. straight up new leadership after this disaster of support and this whole disaster situation. You leave with egg on your face with no relationships, and you're the blight of college football. There you go.
Before Moen gets to it, I just want to say that last Saturday, that the decision within 12 hours to sit down with these executives, all these people that are supposed to be running your school and athletics, and do a 22-minute video justifying poor choices could not have been the worst. It's like, that's almost as bad as New Coke. It was the worst. And I don't even know. I think you said it perfectly. Where does Texas Tech go to get back? Go ahead, Moen.
Listen, there's not going to be a clean sweep of the administration. Cody Campbell owns Texas Tech University wholesale right now. He owns the president. He owns the AD. They're not making a move without what Cody Campbell tells them to do. He's paying for their football team, basically. He is their NIL. So there's not going to be any changes. If you're looking for changes, look elsewhere, because money talks and bullshit walks. And
that's amazing.
That's it's like Elon Musk owning Twitter. It's one of these things where, I mean, you've got this billionaire class that can just basically go and buy institutions, politicians, universities, whatever you want to buy anymore. It's for sale, and it's for sale pretty cheap.
It's sad, but you're 100% right, Owen. It's really a sad day, actually. I think we lost a lot in the last 6 weeks because of the gambling deal. People lost sight. They completely lost composure. They put wins and losses ahead of right and wrong.
It was a stupid hill to die on.
Stupid.
Yeah, not even stupid.
I'm about to lose my mind on 10 gifted memberships from NBA.
Look at this. More 10 new memberships from the MBM OG, baby. Let's go.
The double decker, the 5 and the 5 from MBM 357. Friends call me Sean. Big Cup. Unte. PK effing 7MG.
Let's go.
Safe Light Sister or Satellite Sister. TB Bucks. Brandon. Robert Gibb. Travis Garnett.
Go.
Fearfully Confident. We're all gifted memberships to the College Football Mafia by MBM 357. He's got the hype train running. Woo woo. Let's give him a little. He likes he likes the carton and stuff. We'll do a little.
Whatever. I do what I want.
Let's go.
French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Keep going, Moen. There's got to be more on that board for you.
Go to jail for a crime someone else noticed.
There's always money in a banana stand. Don't touch it.
Let's go.
We'll end it with this.
All right.
Heyo. Thank you, MBM 357. If you are in the chat, make sure you thank MBM 357. He has gifted you the gift that keeps on giving, a membership to the College Football Mafia family. That gets you access. Starting July 1st, we'll do 2 member videos every month. We'll have 2 members only exclusive streams every month, and that's at a minimum, guys. You definitely want to get on board this train. July 1st, we're going straight to Wise Guy memberships only, which everybody was just gifted by the great MBM 357. So definitely climb on board. I think you'll like it. If you had watched my premium members only video, Moen Confidential, last week, ready to run, we talked about it. What teams are ready to run to the Big Ten? Well, here you go. We're in that spot now where it might be necessary to run to the Big Ten. Who's ready to go? Duke's ready to go. Duke's got the money, and Duke's willing to self-fund. Utah's got the money. Are they willing to self-fund?
Okay.
They got private equity money. They got that Otro money.
Yeah, okay.
They're rolling 500 deep.
Right there.
That's a good investment for your program to get into the Big Ten before,
Let's go.
And you got your G6 programs, USF just spent $300 million on a stadium.
Yep.
And this bill locks them out of access to the A4 for all eternity.
It does.
Same with Tulane. Memphis had offered the Big 12 $250 million. What's that price tag now? If Memphis comes to the Big 12 with $500 million, what do you say? What do you say?
I see. I don't. I'm not about the money still.
Okay, well, listen, you can buy a lot of teams with $500 million. You can get a Louisville in your conference with $500 million.
Is it a national championship of money, or is it a national championship of a program winning games?
It's Nate. It's been a national championship of money since it hit the airwaves. Since it hit the airwaves in the 1950s.
If that's where we want to be, if that's where the playoff ends up, I think it's a missed opportunity. I don't think it has to be that way.
Well, I don't think it's going to prevent other teams from. Listen, Texas Tech is going to compete for national championships because Cody Campbell is going to continue to fund Texas Tech. Texas Tech is never getting in the Power 2 at this point. And I saw several Texas Tech fans pushing, if you guys don't like it, just invite Texas Tech and then he'll change his mind. It's not happening, guys. You guys have screwed yourself out of any chance to get into the Power 2. That is gone. That ship has sailed, brother. So, there you go. But yeah,
right.
Listen, I think ACC teams that remain, Big 12 teams that remain, can still compete for national championships. BYU can compete for national championships. They've got an advantage. BYU has an advantage. So, I mean...
Yeah, I've never denied it. I've never said they don't.
That's basically where every LDS kid dreams of playing for BYU. So, it's an advantage.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Good booster support.
Time will tell.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
good advantage.
I would say this. I want to thank MBMB for renewing his membership right before he paid for 10 new memberships, Moen. Let's give him a special ring out just for getting back in the fold.
Yeah, that's a double-decker with $1 on top. We'll take that. There's a time and a place for everything.
Children, what have I told you about drugs?
That there's a time and a place for everything, and it's called college.
That's right.
You get these things.
Thank you, MBM.
And
MBM
gave
seriously
10 memberships. If you received a membership, one, and you didn't shout out MBM, I'm knocking you. That is not okay. If you're new to the channel and you receive something for free, consider paying it forward, giving somebody else a membership. I guarantee you will be paid back in spades. Any of your investment in joining the College Football Mafia family, the three of us pay back. So if we're needing to do something, you guys have ideas, please let us know. But those memberships have value, and I really appreciate MBM getting with it and jiggy with it tonight. While my mic was out, did you guys do this one from Becky? I just want to make sure.
I did not do. The only one I did was Ricky Tungate super chat. For this one, Becky, for a new suit for Moen. This is an existing suit. Moen rolls 40 deep. Everybody knows that.
40 deep. Wow.
40 deep. Let's
go.
California blue on Daisy yellow. This is not Michigan yellow. This is not mustard yellow. I know the camera distorts it a little bit to get the color away from the green screen, but listen.
Yellow orange on screen.
No, it's Daisy yellow. It's Daisy yellow.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that's what I see, but I'm kind of
when I got it made, this is Daisy yellow. So
ooh, that's even better. Well done, Moen.
Mine's got Dick Tracy a little bit, Moen. Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
The Dick Tracy.
I can see that. I can see
That's
his
great.
hat. Dick Tracy's hat was a little different. I think it had a peak.
This is a pork pie. So Dick Tracy wore a classic fedora. This is a pork pie.
Yeah, his has the little dimple in it and whatnot. Anyway, to Town Hawk, a $2 super chat. Also, OG member of the College Football Mafia family. He says the ghost of the Big 8 is here for the tire fire.
Let's go. Yeah,
Let's go.
The hateful 8, the old Big 8 and stuff. I think that a lot of them are loving the punch up a little bit with the PCSA and just making the SEC and the Big 10 sweat a little bit. Like Moen, is it going to end well? Probably not. But you haven't made the Big 10 or the SEC sweat in years, right? You haven't got them ruffled. You haven't got them upset. And so at least there's that, right? At least you ain't bending over, like said before and stuff. So it's a little bit of fight. We got some dogs here in the Big 12.
I think there's more in the bag too. I think we could be doing more. I really do.
Probably. So.
It's a good thing that you guys pissed off a grizzly bear. Remember that. According to you,
I'll remember that.
It's good to piss off a grizzly bear.
I want to welcome back to the fold Illini Ted, who joined me this week on this is my third show this week, by the way. Illini Ted was with my live show. Actually, this is my fourth show. Anyway, whatever. Illini Ted's back in the fold. That's all I know. He is a renewed OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Thank you so much, Illini Ted, brother. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Speaking of suits, Illini Ted, here you go.
Okay. Yeah, the guy in the $4,000 suit is holding the elevator, but the guy doesn't make that in 3 months. Come on!
What's that from?
It's from Arrested Development.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Illini Ted. It's great to have you back, man. We've missed you so much. Hall of Fame college football. This is the Jason Watkins, friend of the show, good friend of mine personally. I want nothing but the success that Jason's earned. Go watch him on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. Fantastic guy. And he's shouting out to the Mafia member for 26 months.
Let's go.
2 years more mowing.
Let's go ahead and play a little Boomer Sooner.
Let's get that.
Because the Oklahoma marching band doesn't file copyright claims against me like Nebraska.
Oh,
so
good.
we can do this.
Let's go.
No way. Oh, gosh.
I love Oklahoma. I want football back so bad. Mowing that.
5 points.
Woo. Jason, thank you so much for that. That was fantastic, timely, and everything else. It's great to have you here, man. Thank you so much.
There's no better tune in college football than that, right? There's no better tune in college football than that.
Yeah.
Oh, when you play it one more time, it's just
USC, Oklahoma, Michigan, Notre
USC.
Dame, Texas.
I just think it's USC and Oklahoma, and you nailed it, right? Those two. I mean, my gosh.
They are pretty good, yeah. This is a guy I've missed. I have not seen him, and yet he's been a continued member. Go Black, you got to use that special comment. I want to know, you've been a member for what now? 36 months? Go Black is fantastic. Very valuable member of the College Football Mafia family, and I love his name. Always has. He says, Utah has someone else's money. They have to pay back.
It's not somebody else's money. It's you're sharing ownership with somebody in the private equity world, right? So it's not a loan. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, Otro, we know what it's all about. We've talked about it. It's really to improve facilities and plus, make a push at the Big Ten. There's no guarantee Utah's ever getting in the Big Ten. 23rd position. I think we were all aligned on that. We'll see if it happens or not. Look, as a Ute fan, you can't just bank on that. You are in the Big 12 today, and you've got to be in reality with the Big 12 and going forward. If that happens one day, great. That is not today. And so it was focused on today. Big 12, let's go.
The pragmatism, and I'm not against Utah doing everything, selling the kids, throwing the kitchen sink out. I think it's wonderful what Utah's trying. As long once I found out my taxes weren't going to backstop this outro deal, I was all along. Well, I want you to be happy. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think everybody should be doing what Utah's doing. Everybody who's not in the P2 should be doing anything like Boise State does. Boise State's another place. They are all in trying to stay relevant, and all I do is applaud it. I always have.
Yeah, doing what you got to do and stuff. And Otro is the first deal of many, guys. Private equity's coming to universities. Utah's just the first. But even Mark Harlan said that he's talked to 40 or 50 different FBS level universities over the last couple of weeks, guys. It's going to happen like gangbusters here. Give it a couple months, you'll see a ton of deals.
I completely agree.
It was interesting in the Senate subcommittee hearing that when the one senator brought up the idea of blocking private entity access to equity access to public universities, everybody voted pretty much against it.
Nobody voted for that.
Right. I think there were a couple Democrats that voted for that, but it was mostly everybody was like, no, private equity is fine.
All right, let's move along. District of Mississippi, 5 new memberships. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Bulldog. At the same time, we are going to shout out Coy, another 5 freaking memberships. That's 10, Moen. 10 new memberships out there.
Well, you rang the cowbell, so I'm not going to do the cowbell sounder.
Okay, all right.
You rang it already. Let's do...
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was.
Oh, my God.
Let's get some more, Moan. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's right. That's right. We're bad. That's right.
Fire it up, Moen. We got another Decoy. 5 more memberships.
Let's go.
The most rewarding part was when he gave me my money.
So let's be
Thank
straight
you.
here.
Let me
So,
go.
like,
I got to go back. I got to go
Go
back here and get my bifocals on to try and read these names that YouTube makes so small.
I know, right?
Joe Atkinson, Uno Mas Pasole, Koi 34 received a gifted membership.
Nice.
Broomba 51, George Smith 3759 sent 5. These are the 5 gifted memberships from our friend Bulldog, Mississippi.
Let's
Woof,
go.
Woof. Good dog. We appreciate it, Bulldog, Mississippi. Hail State. Let's go. And Coy 34, he paid it forward. This dude's a madman. Coy 34. And that went to Ballard Sports Expansion Crush. Don the Moron 1. Wet Blanket 77. And Dakota Johnston 5621. If any of you are in the chat, make sure you thank both Bulldog Mississippi and Coy 34. That's the way we do it around here on the Big Freaking Friday show. And I'm just going to let you know, Todd Town Hawk, I got another suit for next week. So I didn't just get one cut this week. I told you I'm rolling 40 deep.
Let's go.
For next week too. So
okay,
you can take
and
this.
before Jayhawk, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. All right. Before we move on, and we got a bunch more to get to, I just want to say there are roughly 150 people watching this live on YouTube. If we don't get 9 new subscriptions, you guys need to tell us what we're doing wrong. We got to get to 6,000 tonight. There's so many people, new people watching this tonight. If you are watching on X, do your freaking job and open up a YouTube page, go to College Football Mafia and hit the subscribe button. It's free. It gets you where you want to be. And we're using 6,000 as a springboard to 10. So we're not screwing around here. We're investing the time. Hit the subscribe button. You have one job.
If we get to 6K during the show, I'm just telling you guys, like, I haven't smoked a cigarette probably in 15 years. I pretend to smoke all the time. I will go outside and smoke a cigarette during the rest of the show. One of these Tarletons
Don't
right
fall
here.
off that wagon. Don't
do that.
If we get to 6K during the show and subs and stuff, I will do this right. I don't know what's going to happen and stuff, but these Tarletons are old. Who knows what's going to happen? That is happening.
Okay.
Man, those aren't even
6K,
legal.
that's happening.
I'm letting you know, you could be under arrest right now. Those aren't even legal. Tarletons, the FDA banned those like 20 years ago. I don't even know how you got to
I am never going to recommend somebody smoking. Drinking, I don't say anything, but smoking is like that, and chewing tobacco are the worst. Don't do it.
You know what? You got to drop it down, though. That's how excited I am about this live show and about almost getting to 6K and about 21 new members and everything. Let's freaking go.
Let's go. MBM, also a comment I want to make sure he clears. MBM has been an OG member over 3 years. His credit card lapsed. It happens to all of us. It happened to me a while back, happened to you, it happened to Mo, it happens to everybody. You're in our hearts, MBM, and you're not going anywhere, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for re-upping. It matters a lot to us. We got another super chat here from, let's see, Elvin Gully. Is that right, Bowen? Elvin Gully, $2 super chat, also a member of College Football Mafia family. How close are Georgia, Tennessee, and Bama and to AAU, Moen?
Georgia's the closest. Bama's quite a ways off, though. But Georgia's right there. I mean, Georgia, Florida State, Virginia Tech, North Carolina State. Those are the names I've heard most frequently mentioned when talking about AAU editions.
Fair.
George.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Another $2 super chat from the Ryan Thomas, who has become an agitated member of the College Football Mafia family. Always appreciate his takes. Agree or disagree, at least he puts something in print and is willing to stand behind it. Ryan tonight, $2 super chat says the Title IX will destroy conferences. That's reality. That's one of about 12 objections I personally have with the Protect College Sports Act. I keep saying I don't think it's going to pass, but Title IX, guys, it's something, honestly, we've talked about a few times, but nobody takes it seriously anymore.
No, nobody takes it seriously. And like, I think that the idea is like, if you do go to a CBA and you make employees really out of all the players and everything, then you can kind of get away from Title IX by disassociating yourself from the university because you're an employee. Now, I think that's the game plan. But like, it's a serious issue and stuff. Oh my gosh, like that's how far away we are, like pushing football kind of away in its own ether. In Title IX, like it needs to be there. Women's sports need to be supported and everything.
100%.
It has to be supported. Has to be, right? I've got a daughter, 14. I don't know if she's ever going to get a scholarship, but come on, man. Like that's just the dream and everything. So we got to have it.
Completely agree. Moen?
Listen, I think there's been no bigger boom to ladies sports than the Big Ten Network. Women's volleyball has blown up in popularity.
Excellent.
In the Big Ten, along with softball and other women-dominated sports. And, I think that'll continue for the Big Ten. The other top conferences, I don't know. I honestly can't speak for the Big 12.
Big 12 is actually a pretty good women's sports league.
Right, but they don't
Big 12
really
is a
have
representative.
Where are the third tier rights for the Big 12?
Doesn't ESPN own? Yeah,
ESPN
I think ESPN
Plus.
owns them.
That's where they post.
Are they on TV, if that's what you're saying? No,
right,
I can't find
So,
them.
I mean, it's going to be hard, especially moving forward when the Big Ten can offer exposure and all these other things to women athletes. I think you're going to see more women athletes converting to just being Big Ten SEC players. I think it's definitely going to hurt G6, Big 12, ACC.
Yeah.
Completely agree. Before we move on, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to do a quick reset. We are at 200. There are so many new people watching us right now. Thank you for being here. Friday nights, this is what we do. If you think this is a one-off and we're just screwing around, just trying to get everybody to new memberships and super chats, ask around. That's not what we do. Every Friday night, we do this. We have fun. We argue. We fight, but we represent what we think is out there. We're willing to put our opinions in the public ether, and there's a cost to us. If you think that you and I and Moen have not taken barbs over the last almost 3.5 years now, you just don't. You're checked out. All of us have taken real big hits publicly, but we stand behind what we say. And that character is what bleeds into our channel. College Football Mafia is a team. There are 7 or 8 of us that contribute, and we appreciate all of them. But we're here for you. Every single one of us is only doing this to engage with you. And look where we're at, brother.
Guys, give us life, make it awesome, fun, talking about things that we all love that are super important. Really, college football is a huge part of all of our lives and everything. And like where realignment goes, where the Big 12, how they survive and thrive, where the Big 10 goes. I mean, it matters to us. It does. And like, obviously that's clear.
If they haven't figured it out by now, they might not get it. Moen, before I go to the next super chat, you want to add anything to that? You're always the silent but deadly guy.
You trying to say I stink? I'm not going to take that from you, Nate.
Okay. All right.
I ought to play the Nate Pimpin sounder just for that.
No!
Saying I'm silent but deadly.
Pimpin' ain't easy, baby.
Pimpin' ain't easy.
We're doing it. Yeah.
All right.
I
earned it.
Right.
Can you find it? Is the question.
Yeah,
you haven't actually done the Ute one in like a year. What the hell? If you're going to bust on me, you got to bust you. Pimpin' ain't easy. Oh, sleazy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Oh, come on. I don't deserve
Come on, Nate.
this.
That's not. You do deserve it. You deserve it.
All right. Ryan Thomas, another $5 super chat. OG member of the College Football Mafia family. For someone who has never smoked but just had a 2-centimeter lump found on my right lung. Oh, no, Ryan.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't recommend it. That is horrible. Ryan, you have my cell phone, brother. Give me a call. You send me a text. Wow. Gee, many Christmas. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't know about you, how much he's been touched with cancer, but Moen and I have been through the ringer for decades. Yeah. And Ryan, we can definitely empathize.
Cancer reached out and touched me like 3 times.
Oh gosh.
So
yeah.
His comment, I already read his comment. Thank you so much, Ryan. And I'll send you a text. I could have sent you a text too, but add to the prayer rolls, man. We will support you. Please let us know if you need anything, okay? We really appreciate you. I appreciate you. You were one of the first people that was a BYU homer that actually paid attention to me, and I remember that. You know, because BYU trying to break into the social media at BYU is like almost impossible. So I appreciate that. And you and Ryan have a long relationship as well. So
absolutely.
All right.
I love engaging with Ryan because like his perspectives. Look, Ryan's a Cougar. I'm a Ute, just like Nate and stuff. But we always can sharpen the saw by bouncing ideas. Sometimes you get a little tussle. This is how it's going to go. But like, I respect him and I love the dialogue and everything. So hope you get better soon, my man.
Let's get to a $2 super chat from Cody Reviews, who had been a member. He's been here about 3 months, something like that. And he is, again, a lot like Bulldog, Mississippi, super activist. We appreciate you, Cody. Thank you so much for being here and being a member of the College Football Mafia family. $2 super chat. How about them Carolina Hurricanes? Also, go Pack.
Freaking amazing comeback, man. Seriously, like Carolina Hurricanes coming back versus the Golden Knights. And the Wolfpack, baby.
Hockey?
The Wolfpack.
Right, we're talking hockey.
So hockey right here, the Stanley Cup final. Carolina, Stanley Cup champions, NHL.
Congratulations.
On that.
That's awesome, Cody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I don't watch, like Moen doesn't watch football. I don't watch hockey at all. My attention span is way too short. Moen, you're not exactly the most calm individual in the world. How can you settle down for hockey?
There has to be something on the line for me. I gamble on it.
Okay, well,
let's go.
Whatever it takes. You and Brendan Sorsby, go for it.
Instant excitement.
You're not eligible.
Well, I don't know. I might have to go to court and get my years of eligibility back.
Hey, whatever you got to do. Let's get to this. This is one of the last 2 articles I wanted to get to. I will jump to your super chats if you guys give them. We just wanted to get through headlines. This is what we do in the first hour of the show. I think we're pretty entertaining too. Here's the copy link. Let me put it in the comments. Everybody can go watch or read or whatever you want to do. Ross Dillinger says on Capitol Hill today, this was this week, a U.S. senator accused the SEC and Big Ten of puppeteering and intimidating their schools to oppose her bill, while landmark legislation is on a brink of a Senate vote without the industry's biggest stakeholders. And Ross Dillinger follows that up with a fantastic quote from the senator from the great state of Texas, Ted Cruz, saying, Ted Cruz today after this vote. I love Texas and A&M. It's kind of funny in my head. I thought it said Texas A&M the very first time I read that. But Texas and A&M, but they are going to thrive and win national championships regardless. If we don't act, I'm not sure any other Texas program survives. I look around Texas and imagine a world without TCU, SMU, Baylor, Texas Tech, Houston, or Rice. And I would hate that future too. What do you guys think about this from Ross and the quote from Ted Cruz?
Go ahead, Moen.
Yeah, he loves Texas and Texas A&M so much. He loves them. He loves them where he's going to force them into media pooling. He loves them where he's going to force them into regional rivalries. He loves them where he's going to force them into a private equity league that Cody Campbell and Jack Swarbrick want so badly. He loves the fact that he's going to control their right to free association to be with who they want to be with. Do me a favor, Ted Cruz. Please do not love me. I'm begging you. I do not want to be loved by Ted Cruz.
Ute.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's this kind of sums up this whole ordeal, guys. Like man,
I like that word, ordeal. That's good.
It really is. Like it kind of sums everything else, like in the dichotomy of being in like the P2 versus everybody else, right now. What do you do if you're TCU, SMU, Baylor, Texas Tech, Houston, Rice, and everything? How do you remain competitive and stuff with everything going on? Man, there's so much uncertainty with this. It's hard to see where this is going to go. And I was thinking today, like, what is the win for the Big 12 conference, for example, or the ACC with the PCSA? I'm not curious with you guys. Like, so is it just the fact that you can pool the rights with 75% of other, teams in the FBS, and then like you can go to market and you have some antitrust? But I'm trying to look at this from like the Big 12 angle, the ACC angle, the G6 angle, to look at the pros and cons, and also from the Big 10 angle too, so I can really understand the nuance of the situation. So I'm curious, like from your guys' perspective, what do you think? Even Moan, like forget like the Big 10 perspective for just a second. Like, what do you think is in it for the Big 12? Why would you want to support something like this? I was curious about it.
Well, ultimately, I think they're going to reduce that number for media pooling. And the only way they can remain competitive against the Big 10 and the SEC is to pool revenue and take money from the Big 10 and the SEC and distribute it to programs who don't have as much media revenue. That's the only way to do it. And I understand completely what Cody Campbell has tried to say, that, well, Ohio State will make more money and this one will make more money. Bob Thompson says that's
possible.
It's possible, but, it's possible I could, spend a night with Selena Gomez, but it's not probable.
I would say it's closer to probable than you sleeping with Selena Gomez.
Well, that's probably true. But look at who she's
Dick Tracy,
now,
so I'll give you that.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, look at what she's hanging with now. I think I got a shot. But it's one of those things where it does, that's the only way this works. The only way media pooling works is if you have the Big 10 and the SEC forced into media pooling. Right now it's 75. They've already tried 2 amendments to get that number down.
Well, yeah, they change it to 80?
They changed it to 72 at one point.
Okay, yeah, I knew it moved. I can't remember what the last article is. I can't remember.
But that's just going to keep going down. Once this goes through the House and gets through all that stuff and reconciliation, that number's going to go. Yes, that number's going to go down to where it forces just a vote that the Big 10 and SEC, every institution votes no on. It would still force them by act of Congress into pooling media revenue, at which point the Big 10 and the SEC would actually have to file lawsuits to prevent it and take it to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has ruled favorably before on expressive association. So it might be, there might be a possibility it's ruled unconstitutional. But yeah, I think that's why the Big 10 and the SEC are kind of just throwing their hands up and walking away. They asked that the number be raised to 80. They asked for a lot of things in this bill, and they got 1.
Yeah.
And Greg Sankey pointed it out this week. Hey, Section 205 doesn't prevent a private equity firm from doing anything. And they go, oh, no, it does. It does.
No, that's the Project Rudy idea, right?
Right.
That's the only way it works, is if you do something like that.
Or the Smash Capital plan. The Smash Capital
But sure,
plan.
that, yes, of course, yes.
But, Ted Cruz says, oh, well, it applies to that. Well, it doesn't explicitly imply to that, Ted.
Yeah, you can't assume that at all.
and they basically asked that explicitly be stated the week prior to the meeting. And they had assurances that was going to be in there. And apparently that slipped through the cracks somehow with, senators and everything else. Somehow that
I didn't hear that. Who reported that?
Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell came out and then said, after the fact, after Greg Sankey called him out and said, hey, so now all of a sudden you recognize that the presidents of the SEC and the Big 10 came out and said, look, we suggested this.
Right.
The end of the week before you did the committee hearing. So you had at least 5 business days to get that in there, and you couldn't do it. So I don't
Why
know
do you
where
even
we go from
support
here.
this if you're the Big 12? Why do you even support this?
I
don't even see what's in it for the Big 12, guys.
I don't
like
either.
You're blowing up the system for what? I mean, it's funny to see the Big 10 and the SEC sweat. I guess that's cool for a second, but what's the end game here? Like, is nobody really thinks this is going to work? There's going to be endless lawsuits forever if it ever got passed.
Yes.
Like, you're going to get a breakaway. Like, what? Why are the Big 12 and the ACC even on board with this? I don't even get it. Can someone explain to me like why this makes sense for the Big 12 and the ACC, given what will be collateral damage? And it's very easy to see. I don't understand at all.
For the ACCU, it's about maintaining stability. They can keep Florida State, Clemson, Miami, North Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, et cetera, locked into their conference.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that those schools, Florida State and Clemson especially, they put a lot of money into a lawsuit to get their figure. This bill stops that.
Yeah.
This bill says you cannot go anywhere. You are forced to stay in the ACC.
The whole thing is classic overreach.
Absolutely.
All of it. And yeah. All right, I have one more article, and then we're going to do more super chats. That'll be great. But this will be the last article that we reference specifically, and it's actually from the Wild Ute. So Ute, I'm going to give you time to explain what this post is. I'm going to post the link to it. I'm going to reset my headset while you're going through it, and you guys talk about that while I'm trying to come back.
You know, it's on the same topic we're talking about. A couple of days ago, I was thinking about this and everything, and like, hey, there was comments, at least like before more clarification, that private equity could come in and take the biggest brands from the Big Ten and the SEC and basically create its own sphere and everything, right? And basically dismantle the power to given this bill. Since this tweet and stuff, there's been additional clarification, to my understanding, that there is going to be provisions that disallow a private equity firm to go make a league that has aggregate media rights of $1 billion, basically. So if you sum up all the components and everything, if those would add up to $1 billion, just like the SEC of the Big Ten, then you couldn't do it. But there's a lot of uncertainty. It's still gray and everything. But my point here was that, hey, look, the biggest nightmare for the mid to low SEC and the Big Ten schools, of course, is a pull away, a true premier league between SEC, Big Ten, ACC, whoever makes it, the 20 to 24 best brands. If that ever happens, that is the absolute worst nightmare of many schools that are currently safe and sound, sleeping soundly in the Big Ten and the SEC, because it basically relegates them automatically into the status that right now it feels like the Big 12 and the ACC and the G6 are at. And the conversations we're at, basically it brings them down to that perspective and to even that level and stuff. So my point was, hey, this is the worst nightmare scenario for a lot of schools and stuff if a real Premier League starts.
Mullen?
Yeah, I agree. This is, again, this is what the Big Ten and the SEC don't want. And that's why they specifically asked Congress, put this provision in the bill. And Congress completely ignored it and then tried to say, well, it's implicitly in there. It's implicitly. And then what Greg Sankey called him out on him, and credit to Greg Sankey. Greg Sankey's an asshole, but boy, he is the SEC's asshole. He is willing to fight for his conference. And he called him out and he said, oh, really? So our suspicion was correct. And then Ted Cruz came back and said, well, we'll explicitly put it in the bill now. Now we'll put it in the bill. Even though you guys requested it a week ago and pointed this flaw out, in this giant concession you made, according to Maria Cantwell, they made a huge concession to the Big Ten. You didn't make a concession to anybody, Maria Cantwell. You just cut everybody's throats.
Completely agree with both of you. The timing, it's ill-timed. And honestly, if we want to really break it down to the simplest of simple, Cody Campbell, his direct involvement, instead of taking a step back after helping write the bill, it is basically the Cody Campbell, Cantwell, Cruz bill in that order. And that was never going to be a good PR move. Whether you like him or not, his influence, undue influence now, has basically broken the wheel.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. It's hard to see like any type of like good repair, right? Like how it can all come together.
Yeah, where is
I
that?
can't
Okay, let's
what's
talk about that
happened.
for a second. What is the win? That's a great question. I'm glad, and we'll end the article parts with this comment. And please keep giving us super chats. We're going to hit them all at once. What is a win?
So
What
what's the
does
win
Cody
for
really want?
Cody cares for Texas Tech football.
Right.
Cody wants Texas Tech to be in the best position, but it's not really from the perspective of anybody else, right? So
Right.
he wants Texas Tech to get max exposure, which he's getting Texas Tech. Like Texas Tech's been talked about more than ever over the last 2 years. So he's getting that. He's getting exposure. And I think that in his mind's eye, any exposure, any attention is better than none, right? Like that whole concept and everything. So just in the public eye, build the brand that way, organically like that, just by being so much in the media eye that you lift your value so much that you become, you have to take them, right? Like a P2, they're so valuable that you have to bring them in. The thing is, like the relationship part that we already talked about is killing them. And like, that's just like even with the Big 12 guys, like just if you are the only dissenter and stuff, when everybody else is on board for suspending Sorsby, and like you can't even get on board and you have to press lawsuits and threaten lawsuits and get a lawsuit against you to get Sorsby off the team, that's toxic. That's a terrible relationship in your own conference. Like he's killing the program, but he thinks he's winning by getting the exposure and all the attention for Texas Tech.
You have to be a special kind of self-centered to do some of the stuff he's done. And it's frustrating because some of our first fans, some of the very first people to start watching this channel, Ute and I, were Texas Tech fans.
Oh, yeah.
They were gracious. They're nice. They're smart. They know their dots and crossing their T's. Everything about them is amazing. And I think they're being underserved by their administration and by other people undue influence. That I can't put it a different way. I don't know how else to couch it so that they understand the fans, you are not the problem. Okay. It's frustrating.
All right.
It's very frustrating.
Go drain the snake, you. Come on.
All right, let's get to these super chats, Moen.
All right, we'll do it.
All right, first, Curtis 2407, member of the College Football Mafia family, $10 super chat. I want all four conferences to thrive. We do too. But there is a reason why the Big Ten and SEC thrive. All schools should freely move to wherever. To limit movement is un-American, Moen.
I agree with them. It's the right of free association. It's right in the Bill of Rights. First Amendment, right of free association. 10th Amendment, any law not specifically given to the federal government falls to the states. The states should be setting these laws, not the federal government. These are people. I've seen a lot of people online go, well, they're public universities, so the federal, they're state universities. They're not federally.
But their funds are. It's
sure, they get funding from federal.
Not clean.
Right, they get money from the federal government. Everybody gets money from the federal government.
They do, but see, they can turn the spigot off if they want to. That's
not a designated right of the federal government. It falls to the states under the 10th Amendment. Listen, I'm a big Constitution guy. I support the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, you name it. I support the amendments. And number one is you have the right to free associate. And if Miami wants to be in the Big Ten, Miami should be allowed to be in the Big Ten. If Florida State wants to be in the Big Ten, they should be allowed to be in the Big Ten. If Clemson wants to join the SEC and make 2 schools in South Carolina, they should be allowed to do that. It's not the role of the federal government to come in here and tell us, for the common good, you have to do this for teams that had, less success. And I'm not trying to shit on the Big 12 or the ACC. But I feel like the Big Ten and the SEC get ganged up on and villainized far too often simply for being successful.
Yeah, I think it's whispers softly and carry a big stick. I think that behavior over the last several years and that influence, it has reached a point where people are seeing a difference. I think before they were like, oh, conference this, conference that, more media money, more, that's fine, right? Nobody questioned that. But the minute that we start talking about who's driving the bus and the SEC acting like the SEC, nobody cared. But the minute the Big Ten started acting like the SEC, there definitely were people that cared what was going on.
Thank you for the super chat, Curtis.
Absolutely.
I think we got a little off topic there. We may have got a little bit of a mowing rant.
It's okay. Elvin Gully, again, another $2 super chat. Again, thank you for being a member, Elvin Gully. Hogs will own Rice Eccles like they did at BYU. Let's see. BYU was down 21 points in Arkansas and came back and won that game. So
yeah, you won the game, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, we not in Provo. We split.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that a lot of Arkansas fans make their way to Rice Eccles. I imagine some will.
Yes.
But it's going to be a tough game to win. Rice Eccles is a tough environment. You're coming up to altitude. Utah has a mini bye week, 10 days to prepare for this game. It's a massive game. I will be there, baby, rooting on my Utes. So good luck to you, Arkansas.
All right. We're going to do sounders at the end of this, Moen. Is that cool with you?
That's fine with me, but I don't have an Arkansas sounder. I'll have to add it to the board.
Okay, we can. Yeah, we'll do something else. Curtis, C. Curtis again, $2 super chat says this legislation is simply the Save No Act.
Save Notre
Dame Act.
Oh, Notre Dame. That's a D. Sorry. Save Notre Dame Act. How does it save? Notre Dame they're exceptional. They're in their own lane. There's never going to be anything passed that hurts Notre Dame.
No, but he brings up a great point. Who is involved in Smash Capital?
No,
the former
Notre
AD,
Dame or Rudy?
Former AD of Notre Dame, Jack Swarbrick.
Swarbrick, yeah.
So yes, they left that back door in there. Now they're claiming they're going to fix it with actual text, but they specifically, if you ask me, they intentionally left that back door in there for a private equity conference like Smash Capital that would allow Notre Dame to maintain its independence and schedule who they wanted, run by their former AD, and this bill has been promoted by their current AD. Notre Dame will do what's best for Notre Dame. Everybody wants to come at the Big Ten and the SEC about the common good. Nobody wants to come at Notre Dame about the common good, by the way.
Nope.
I think Notre Dame is just as guilty as the Big Ten and the SEC in that argument. So yeah, it is.
I think you could argue it. They're even more.
Right. I don't disagree at all with this. I think this is spot on.
Ute.
Smash Capital.
Rudy.
Yeah, the real Project Rudy.
Rudy.
Look, you know what? Nate and I were all about Project Rudy. That'll be the biggest win of all. Forget this bill that we're talking about. This, you know, PCSA bill. Give me a product. Project Rudy is the way, guys. Project Rudy all the way. I'm all about Smash Capital. Let's get smashed together.
All right, let's go. Caleb Ramirez, OG member of the College Football Mafia family, and somebody that we enjoy conversations with on Twitter as well. Member for 15 months, Moen. I just sent you guys a little bit ago something that ESPN Heather Dinich article. Did you catch that, Moen?
Hold on, I got 17 new messages in my inbox. So
okay,
give me a second here, Caleb Ramirez.
Okay.
I got to scroll down.
We'll come back in a second. To Town Hawk, $2 super chat, another valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Controlled demo now versus antitrust cluster F later. Ute.
Oh my gosh, I riot like this controlled demolition and everything, like this breakaway situation. Look, you get rid of antitrust issues, the whole antitrust thing goes away if you collectively bargain, guys. It's gone because all of a sudden the players are employees. There's no antitrust anymore. That's the key to defeating antitrust. And so, it's just like it feels like a sharp pull away and going into the CBA.
CBA, let's go.
The CBA is really not great for Big 12 or ACC or G6, right? Because CBA means a Big 10 CBA, an SEC CBA, and a Big 12 CBA, and an ACC CBA, and a G6 CBA, right? They're different CBAs, and so you're in different atmospheres. You're just going to have rules in your CBA to have alignment to play each other. Like, I just don't like not being under the same umbrella, guys. I mean, that's my thought on it.
By the way, the Heather Dinnish thing is the Big 12 presidents have not pulled their lawsuit against Texas Tech yet because they still have questions about Brendan Sorsby's NFL future, and they want Texas Tech to pay all their legal fees.
Ooh, really? So let's talk about that before we move on to anything else. I mean, this 15 versus 1, and Tech feeling ganged up on.
Right.
How does that get unwound, guys?
I don't think that
they are so all in on their strategy with Cody, and that's fine. They advocate for themselves, but it's the Sorsby thing that this is the way I'm going to put it. When Utah was really good in the Pac-12, the worst thing they wanted to see was College Game Day on their campus. They got distracted. It was all no BYU, no, or whatever those sayings were, and it was never about go out and win these games. And if they had done that, stayed focused, and won those football games, they might be in a completely different situation now. That's how I look at this. I think they are distracted, and I think this year is going to be tougher for them than anybody could imagine.
I think so too. I think that this is going to be a very difficult year for Texas Tech. Without Sorsby, it's a big loss, guys. Like Hammond coming off the ACL, we don't know how he's going to look. Is he going to be as mobile? No chance, as last year and everything. So he's more one-dimensional. Like the quarterback situation's a serious issue. They've got really good talent, but they had such elite talent on that defensive line last year. My goodness. Like, guys, they've got to play at Oklahoma State, and nobody's given Oklahoma State a shot to win that game. No, they're playing at Texas Tech, but Oklahoma State has got a shot to beat Texas Tech. Houston's got a shot. I see them losing multiple Big 12 games this year. Really? I see them actually not making the Big 12 title game, guys. I'm serious about that. I don't think they make the Big 12 title game. I think they get clipped by Houston, Oklahoma State, and somebody else unexpected.
Don't they play Arizona or Arizona State as well?
They might play one or both of them, right? But like I just don't think this team's nearly as talented as last year. They've got a worse quarterback situation. Their defensive line was so good last year. Their linebackers, they're good this year. Generational. Like, and so it's just not the same. It's not the same quality of squad. They know it. That's why they're fighting for Sorsby. That is why they're fighting for Sorsby. If they had Sorsby, maybe they could replicate what they had last year, but they do not. He's not coming back. Houston, week 3 is going to clip Texas Tech, and they're going to be looking and chasing Houston to get into the Big 12 title game.
I can't wait to do our previews in July. It will be fascinating to run through every one of the the schools we think are going to win the conference. It'll be amazing to run through those schedules and see where the upsets could come. It'll be fascinating to see really what we are going to see at the end of the season. Moen, you want to add anything to that?
To hell with Comrade Cody.
Okay. Moen did a Comrade Cody song, by the way. If you missed it, it's on the channel. It's a minute and a half. He wrote his own song. He's got his own lyrics, the tunes, all his. I would recommend everybody go watch it. It was fantastic, Moen. Congratulations on that. And just go and watch it. We're not going to play it right now. Bulldog Mississippi $5 super chat. Again, super SEC Mississippi State booster. Let's go. So Ted Cruz wants this passed in 60 days. What's the game plan for the SEC and Big Ten given that time frame, Moen?
Yeah, Bulldog Mississippi, you're a member. I don't know if you watched my video, ready to run. It's time to run. Time to run. I don't think the Big Ten and the SEC have a choice here. I think it's time to start inviting members, even if it's for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road. And if this floor, because Ted Cruz says, hey, I want this passed before the school year starts.
Right.
Which for most universities is one of the
week of August.
August, right. Yeah. So it's roughly 60 days. That's a big ask. That means he thinks he can get it through the Senate with 60 votes. It means he thinks he can get it past the House.
That's crazy talk.
And he thinks that he can get it. Well, and he thinks he can get it passed. He thinks Trump will sign it into law. So I think given that, situation, I think the Big Ten and the SEC probably have to start sending invites. have to make final decisions on what they're going to do. Congress, unfortunately, the Senate, again, in their infinite wisdom, has put a lot of teams at a disadvantage here.
Yes.
If you're Miami, if you're Duke, if you're Florida State, if you're Clemson, if you're North Carolina, you've lost a lot of leverage on what you could ask for to get into the Power 2. You really have. So, I mean, there's certain schools that are making offers that, hey, we'll self-fund, just let us in.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I mean, there's, the SMU plan, we'll self-fund, let us in.
Right.
So, I mean, I think, I know Greg had brought up July 1st. I don't know the date. I don't think anybody knows the date.
Right.
Nobody knows when the master returns to the house. But, I mean, this is going to happen, I think. I think quick strike, fast track, whatever you want to call it, I think it's completely in play here. I don't think it was coincidence. Einstein said God does not play dice with the universe. This is not a coincidence here that the Miami president was on the radio 2 days before this hearing saying, I suspect a scenario like Texas and Oklahoma did with the Big 12, where they announced they were leaving and their leaving date was 2 years down the road. They still had 2 years of conference play. And he said, I suspect something like that.
Mon, explain why that's relevant too. Like, why do you need to throw the invites out now versus later because of this bill? I think that just provide people clarity on that.
Right. If there is a possibility this bill gets passed, it basically freezes everything. Now, you can go through legal means to unfreeze it, but, that's a hassle. You don't want the hassle. You don't want the legal fees. You don't want the years tied up in it. Get the teams you want in your conference now, especially if you're going to break away. And I think the Big Ten and the SEC are probably headed towards that. I think they're headed towards a breakaway. I think they're headed towards a collective bargaining agreement. I think they're headed towards something. I don't believe in Super League. Greg has coined it super conferences. I would just say mega conferences. I think the Big Ten might swell to 24. They might go get 6. They might go take 6 teams. They might say, hey, look, if we're going to have to provide all this volume for a streamer and we need this and that, and we'll just go to 24 right now.
But they can't do that. If the law passes, they can't go to streamers. There's over-the-air commitments of what they can give to these other partners.
But it doesn't exclude it. For future things, it does exclude that.
Yeah.
For current deals, current deals cannot be up. That the apple cart cannot be upset on current deals.
That's not true. Brendan Sorsby would have. Cody Campbell said that if they had gone to the sheets, gone to the mattresses, and they had passed the deal, Brendan Sorsby would lose his eligibility like that.
Well, that's what Cody Campbell
he would have already
says,
had it. They're also talking about Chambliss at Ole Miss. Is that right? Ole Miss?
Right, but what does that have to do with...
These kids that are in with temporary restraining orders, the PCSA would null and void. So if that's true for the athletes, how is it not? Why are we saying it's all this, but it's absolutely not that?
There's a clause in there that says you cannot disrupt any existing media agreement.
Okay.
So
that's what you're locked in. You're locked in.
That's right. You're locked. Well, the SEC's already locked into 2035, but I'm sure they're negotiating an extension with the ESPN right now. I'm sure.
Does anybody believe that Congress isn't going to do everything they can, completely destroying college football to stop what you are describing?
Well, they can try. They certainly can try. But if this is something they pass into law and those media deals are already existing, there's nothing they can do. It's in the law.
I just don't think that's true.
If they want to go to SCOTUS,
look at it.
If they want to go to the Supreme Court, the lawyers in Atlanta, the lawyers in Chicago are more than confident that they have the legal precedent to
how can they overturn something that's not even passed, Bowen?
Well, they're not. They're not worried about overturning it right now. Like I said, they're worried about getting in front of it right now. They want to get schools into the conference. They want to get media deals done.
I understand what you're saying. I get it.
So if you go and if you break away and have a CBA, you can restructure, renegotiate those deals, right? out of the NCAA umbrella and out of, this lawsuit risk. Isn't that the way? Isn't
The
that
athletes, though, a CBA is athletes. That's not the broadcasters or the media deals.
If you have a deal with the athletes and your own conference structure, can't you renegotiate the media deals between the conference and the athletes, basically the schools, and all together? And wouldn't you avoid the NCAA umbrella and all the legal avenues? Isn't that basically the antidote to not get sued out of oblivion?
I think, to me, and we can go to the next chat, but to me, I think everybody thinking they can just get ahead of the game, like they tried to do with the CSC and money going into those deals to pay the athletes. And now what happens? There's like $100 million in back pay because they didn't allow any of those things that they thought they were going to get ahead on a July 1st activation date. If they can do that with the CSC and paying the athletes, I think it's completely asinine that everybody thinks that Congress won't do everything they can to stop. Exactly. They're not stupid, Moen. You don't have to agree with what they're doing, but they know exactly what they're going to do to try to stop you. And in my opinion, you guys, Big Ten goes to 36 teams. I don't really care what that happens. To me, Ted Cruz isn't going anywhere, and anything they pass can be amended. So listen, it's a cycle of death, I think.
The idea that Congress isn't stupid is ridiculous. Congress is extremely stupid. They're the stupidest people
then
on
why
earth.
is the Big Ten overreacting if they're
They
stupid?
can have magna cum laude from Harvard, and they couldn't find their own ass with a map, a flashlight, 3 sets of hands, and a compass. Congress is inept. They all vote for their party's cause. Very seldom do you see anybody cross over. It is mostly gerrymandered districts that people exist in.
It is now. This is bipartisan, Moen. This is different. Everything you're describing is completely different with this thing. They're throwing out the mold and doing something completely new.
Well, I disagree. Congress is stupid, and I think the Big Ten and the SEC know what they're doing.
In the aggregate, of course, I don't think Congress, they're inept in so many ways. The point is, they have the purse strings. They have control. They can take away and not give you an antitrust deal. They can not agree to any CBA. They have the power to do all of those things. I think it's extremely short-sighted to just say, well, we're smarter. We're going to work around whatever they do. I think this is going to end up in the Supreme Court. That's my opinion.
Yeah, the conference has been around for 130 years, and it's the most successful athletic conference in the nation. I think the Big Ten, you might say it's overconfidence, but I'm going to put my trust in them more than I am Congress.
Okay, that's totally fair. Totally fair. I got 3 more super chats. I'm sorry. I'm slow, and it's my fault, guys. I wanted to stick around for these. Becky Go Huskies, $5 super chat. No Big Ten expansion without UMass and free Dunkin' Donuts for all Big Ten fans.
They're going to self-fund with Dunkin' Donuts, huh?
Boy, yeah. Talk about NIL and MMR.
That's a lot of donuts, by the way. 6 million living alumni in the Big Ten.
Thank you, Becky, so much for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you. And Daniel Gygax, the other Gygax in the house, moderator, contributor to the College Football Mafia family, also a member. $5 super chat. Congress sees this bill as interstate commerce. A lot of bills that come out of Congress use that designation. I think that's where I'm at. I'm not going to say who has said these things, but in my opinion, assuming that the Big Ten is a private entity and it can just do whatever it wants because they regulate themselves, I think it has been shown to be a faulty thought process. It didn't work with Brennan Sorsby, and the only reason that broke is because the conference went against it, but the federal government is just waiting to pounce.
So, Nate, you're talking about the Big Ten breaking away, right? Like threats and like actually pulling the trigger on the breakaway. Is that where
the thing I'm pushing against is being proactive at adding 2 teams, 8 teams, whatever teams into the Big Ten so that they can build this Uber thing. And I don't think the federal government's going to let them get away with it. And I still don't think there's enough money. and no matter how many streamers you bring in, there's still not enough money to pay for a Virginia or a North Carolina who currently is making what, 43 million. You're going to turn around, and whether you pay them or not, it's irrelevant. You're allocating a full share to these guys one way or the other. And at $80 million, that's always been my contention. I don't think there's enough money to make this work. So you guys may be right? I've said wrong things, and I've come out and said, yep, I got it wrong. You guys were on it the whole time. I think this super money grab, acting like we could, the Big Ten is acting like they can just do whatever they want regardless of what college football wants. And my contention is college football and America are bigger than any conference.
I don't see the Big Ten breaking away quickly. I think it's a slow breakaway. I don't think you can. Like, Moen, you might be able to snag these schools before the law comes into place. That's possible. But, like, really, like, where are you going to go? You don't have the infrastructure to have a breakaway. You don't know, like, the Title IX, like we talked about. What do you do with your other sports? It's not going to stay in the NCAA. This is like a 5 to 7 to 10 year project.
Agreed. 100%.
So, like, it ain't going to happen in like 2 months. Like, let's be honest.
I don't disagree, but you can extend the invitation.
Yes.
And put that. Listen, the ACC teams can't leave until 2028, I believe now. June 1st was the cutoff date for 2027. So now if the ACC teams leave, it's 2028. If the Big 12 teams leave, unless they negotiate an earlier exit, it's 2031. So I think you can invite these teams, use that 2 years to put together this framework. I'm sure that the Big 10 and the SEC have already game theoried a lot of this on how this framework is going to work. If it had to get to this point.
What is Congress going to do in the intervening 2 years, Moen? They're just going to let you run off and hide in the corner?
I think it's a lame duck presidency for the next 2 years. And I don't think a lot's going to happen. So
America is bigger than college football.
Yeah. Well, again, 67% of college football viewing was Big Ten or SEC.
And yet it's less than 140 million viewers, which is less than half of the 340 in the United States. It's very egotistical to say the Big Ten is bigger than the United States of America and all their various things they're concerned about.
I'm saying the people who watch college football in 2025, 7% of the time watched on college football games was watched on Big Ten or SEC games.
Okay.
That's true.
Anyways, we could do this all night. Moen, thank you so much for expressing that. This was a great conversation tonight. I think a lot of stuff gets mixed up on Twitter. If you guys want to know stuff from us, watch the show. We will tell you and explain what we're thinking, and we do it usually in a pretty clear and concise way. So I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Recommend our show to other people. College Football Mafia is a family. We're inviting you to be a part of it. Moen, are we over 6,000 yet? We got to be over 6,000.
I don't know, honestly, to be honest with you, Bomber. I don't know.
Let me check, guys. Here, let's see.
I
didn't want to leave until we were 6,000.
Hey, we're 8 away. We're 8 away from 6,000. We're 8 away. Let's go.
8 away. All right, everybody watching, if you're on X, jump over to YouTube, College Football Mafia, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, I want to know why. What we're doing wrong, because your subscription is what we expect in trade for the stuff we're doing, and you guys are amazing. So I'm going to hold you guys accountable to that too. Anyway, Moen, thank you so much for all your hard work. It's great to see you.
You're all winners. You're all winners, baby.
And I will see everybody next Tuesday, and then we're going to do the first members live show next week. Not sure what day, but I've got a pretty good idea what the show's going to be about. So everybody have a great weekend. Reach out, touch someone, tell them you said hi, you love them. It will make a difference. I will talk to you guys later. Go Cougs. Go USA soccer, baby. Let's win this stupid thing. And goodbye to you guys. We'll see you later. Peace out.
All right. We'll see you later. By the way, if you do reach out and touch somebody, make sure it is consensual. I know that Nate didn't specify. I will go ahead and specify.
You didn't. Dude, really? That's true. Do that.
All right. Listen. Okay. So now Nate's gone. I'm getting rid of the banner. I'm getting rid of this banner. I know what his obsession with banners are. Mama Duck Clemson Tiger with the $2 holla. Why would they honestly care about expansion? Mama Duck Clemson Tiger, they wouldn't. Congress would not care. This idea that Congress is somehow going to rein it in. Cody Campbell can buy all the politicians he wants. Can't buy a Supreme Court justice. Guess what? They're appointed for life. You can't buy them, Cody. There's nothing you can offer them. So, when it comes to the First Amendment, we have the right of free association. We have the right of expressive association as deemed by the Supreme Court of the United States, the judicial branch. There's checks and balances. Cody Campbell's all about cutting checks. The Supreme Court's all about balancing. Becky Go Husky says, I'm not subscribed because Utah has not bought their way into the Big Ten yet.
Heyo.
$5,
Heyo.
Becky. Thank you. They have
Becky.
they have not bought their way in yet. But let's play some sounders. I know I can't remember where we left off, so I apologize if I didn't get you a sounder, but let me try and scroll up here and see. So we did Caleb, we had Curtis, and he's a Purdue guy. And then we had an Arkansas guy. Okay. Well, let's do a little West Virginia. Here's the Ozzy Osbourne West Virginia sounder I just added.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
Hope the West Virginia fans enjoy that.
Dude, that's so good, Moan. That is really good stuff right there.
Yes. Taken, by the way, credit to their I Ruined It YouTube channel on YouTube. Check them out. Here's a little snippet of the new To Hell with Comrade Cody song.
To hell with Comrade Cody. Glory to the free. Go free.
Just for those of us who enjoy our freedoms, unlike
Moan, how
some
did you
people.
make that?
I wrote the lyrics and then I had AI generate the tune.
Yep. That is amazing. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. What does Cody Campbell want more than anything else, guys?
What do you want?
In a word,
chaos.
And here's what I think we're going to turn to Danhausen to curse Cody Campbell now.
I was going to say, you are cursed.
There you go, Comrade Cody. You are cursed. And let's play some more sounders. We didn't play Cody Campbell's theme song yet tonight, and we have talked about Cody Campbell, so I legally have to play this. This is an act of Congress. Congress has enforced this. I'm sorry, Cody.
Here he is, the biggest douche of the universe. In all the galaxies, there's no bigger douche than you. You've reached the top, the pinnacle of douchedom. Good going, douche. Your dreams have come true.
You just stop me when you've heard enough here, here we go.
You've got more? You've got more?
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Absolutely right.
Here's Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
And that's nothing but pure and simple old-fashioned communism.
Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. I hope you enjoyed your sounders. Again, I will try and get an Arkansas sounder on there for our Arkansas fan. We'll get a woo suey pig, or we'll do something.
Woo pig suey.
Definitely do something. Scavin, yes, says member for 19 months. Can't play my sounder or you get charged. You're absolutely right. I am working on a remix right now, Scavin, yes. I am working on a remix. It will be significantly modified to where they cannot claim it. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It might be a swing remix. It might be a heavy metal remix. But we will get Hail Varsity on here. And screw the Nebraska marching band. Guess what? I'll get around your laws. I'm just like the Big Ten and the SEC. Your laws don't scare me. I'll get around them. Thank you for being a member for 19 months, Gavin. Yes. But I can play you, sir, the Go Big Red. They don't have a copyright on that yet.
We need a little red.
Yeah, I'm sure once they figure out a way to monetize it, they'll figure out how to hit me with oh man.
Mon, do you think that this quick strike conversation, right? So let's talk more about conference realignment again. In the scenario where, hey, the Big Ten and the SEC want to add the last schools that get in before the breakaway, right? Before this bill could come in to play, right? Within 60 days. Who do you think, what's your pecking order for quick strike schools across the board? Who do you actually think would make the move, would have the invites from either the Big Ten or the SEC? I want to hear your perspective on it.
I can't say. By the way, I just want to put this out here. I can't talk about that right now. I just want to put out there to thank everybody who has donated super chats tonight, all the gifted memberships. Let's keep the hype going. It's hour 2. Nate is gone. The distorted microphone is gone. Nate is no longer here to hold us back. I got the new Daisy yellow suit on with the California blue shirt.
Dick Tracy, baby.
I got the fancy drinking glass from you.
Dude, you got your Glen Carn glass.
Yes, I'm
Cheers
drinking
to
the
you.
Crown. I'm drinking the Crown XO.
Mo,
I've got a great story about that for you. I have the buddy who got me the Knob Creek for my birthday. I took it over to his place, let him try it. Did about I have these little 50 caliber shot glasses. They look like little 50 caliber rounds. They're about 2.5 shots. So I drank 4, and I turned his glass upside down, and he insisted on glass number 5. Needless to say, Moen and that friend's wife had to carry him into his house. Crown Royal XO is not to be drank as a shot, people, especially not out of 50 caliber shot glasses.
Dude.
It will mess you up unless you're Moen. Moen has a higher tolerance than everybody else. If you're ever drinking with Moen, do not try and keep up with me. It is not going to end well for you. Just let me turn the glass over and you can be on your way. You don't need to keep drinking. That's all I'm going to say. And we got through probably over a half of that bottle of Crown. Well, I would say, yeah, well over a half of that bottle of Crown XO. It's delicious, by the way. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. This Crown XO is my favorite Crown product right now.
We'll keep feeding it. We'll give you more of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's more.
Yeah, if Crown Royal is paying attention, by the way, Crown XO, send a crate of that to me. I can be.
Do you want to sponsor this show, this big freaking Friday show, Crown Royal XO, baby?
Let's do it. Crown Royal XO on the Big Freaking Friday show. Becky Go Huskies with the $2 super chat. Australia isn't built for the grind of the Big Ten. Ooh. Of course, Becky is bringing that up because Australia lost in soccer today, and the national champions in soccer are the University of Washington Huskies. And Becky will remind you of that. If you ever forget it, Becky will remind you of that at least once a week. Thank you for the super chat, Becky. By the way, everybody, a little update. I have been working on new members-only emotes. I did get a Becky Moped one on there. Working on some new ones. If you've got any ideas, hit me up on Twitter. Leave a comment on the video below. I think with all the generous gifts tonight, I think we've unlocked another emote. So we can have 2 new members-only emotes. Let's frickin' go. Let's get to some regular comments here. I see we've got some starred ones. I'm sorry, I don't star comments usually anymore, on Friday nights. I'm just here.
I got him. I'll star him.
All right. Tom Hastings 4596. Utah doesn't have the money. You better learn more about it. Oh, he's calling out a finance major. He's calling out the Professor Wild You. Break it down.
We shall see. We shall see. I laid it down, guys. This Otro deal is to get in the Big Ten Conference. It's as simple as that. I don't know if it's going to work, but that is the reason for it. 100%.
Tech is not going to compete for natties. Stop it. I never said they were. This is, Ted Cruz, who, just a reminder, he flew to the Caribbean or Mexico while his constituents were freezing their ass off because they didn't have electricity. Not that I think Ted Cruz could have done anything, but, hey, have a little bit of sympathy for the people who cut your check.
Tech could. Why couldn't they defeat? Like, if they put $100 million roster together, why couldn't they compete for?
Yeah, they absolutely could. I think they absolutely could. I think Tech could. I think BYU could compete for a national championship.
Perhaps, yeah.
I mean, there's advantages for Big 12 teams. Look, Kansas. I don't think Kansas basketball is going to fall off if the Big Ten and the SEC separate. It's Kansas basketball. But then again, Kansas basketball might be in the Big Ten or the SEC. So,
did you see Miami's the president's comments? Right, they got a lot of play this week and everything about like the possible breakaway and getting ready to, like in all the writing on the wall that everyone's chatting about all week. But did you catch what he said about the media distributions from football to basketball? Do you know his splits that he said?
No, I didn't. I don't remember the exact figure he said.
So he said this. So conventional thought is that there's an 80-20 media rights split between men's basketball and football. Football gets 80, men's basketball gets 20. And the thought is that maybe some conferences like the Big 12 or the ACC might have a 25% split. But the Miami president mentioned that the actual split was 90-10.
For Miami,
90-10, Moan.
Well, for
90.
Miami, I'm sure. For Miami, I'm sure it is. Miami
Not for
is
Miami. He just said the split 90-10. So remember all this talk about breaking away basketball, the value of basketball? Kick this freaking out of here. It's nonsense, garbage, bull crap. Basketball is not being valued much more, man. It's all about football. If the split's not even 80-20, it's 90-10. Forget anything basketball. Put all of your resources into football and try to freaking juice your football team.
Again, I think it's wrong to paint with a broad stroke brush everything as everything. He could say 90-10. Believe me, Duke basketball is not at a 90-10 split with its football program. Duke basketball.
Maybe not Duke basketball,
well,
but
that's
the
what I'm
ACC
saying.
Might be, right?
Right. But he's saying just an overall 90-10. There are going to be brands like Kansas and Duke are going to be brands that are not going to be 90-10. It's not happening. Duke and Kansas will have. Duke probably has a more aggressive split on basketball value than Kansas because Kansas has actually went forward and worked on their football program, which was very good. Right. But yeah, I don't like this 90. This is just what it is for everybody. It's 90-10. For Miami, I am sure that is true. Miami's not known for basketball. MBM 357 says, kick out Utah, invite Boise State, win-win.
Hey, Utah's a happy member of the Big 12 Conference, a loyal member here. We aligned with everybody else versus Texas Tech over the last week. We have good relationships in the Big 12, and we are happy in the Big 12 Conference. So, no, we do not want to leave the Big 12. So, we'd like to stay.
Okay. So, if you got an invite, you would not accept it.
Where?
If you got an invite to the Big Ten, you were saying you'd recommend to Utah not to accept it.
Hey, that's not reality today, Mark.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a Big 12 man.
Let's say it was a reality.
Okay. I don't know. We'd have to really consider that.
You can't talk about it.
I can't talk about it.
Arningad says Utah sold its soul to New York City. New York City. I need to get that sounder. Everybody remember that the barbecue sauce commercial from the 80s and 90s? New York City. Maybe I'm the only one. I watched too much television as a child. Oh, we got a couple more super chats that have rolled in here. Thank you. Thank you. C. Curtis, 2407. Big quick strike. Miami Duke. Notre Dame will get a call. Stanford will get a call. Who knows who else? Hey, you know what?
I'm in alignment with this thought right here. C. Curtis.
You know what?
Exactly what I think is going to happen. Exactly.
C. Curtis, as far as I'm concerned, Notre Dame and Stanford can sit on it and spin.
Yeah, until they change their minds, and all of a sudden that you'll beg for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Big Ten will beg for Notre Dame and Stanford to come in, and they will eventually. But these four right here, I see them in the Big Ten conference. Very, very high level of confidence. All of them.
Again, I'm not going to get into specifics or anything, but could be 6 people joining the Big Ten. Could be.
Could be.
Evil Badger 72 says, I'm back. Big Ten, Miami, Duke, Kansas, Florida State, SEC, North Carolina State, Clemson, Georgia Tech. Now, Georgia Tech, Badger, first of all, I hope you enjoyed your family time. Welcome back. And good luck with the new custom chair. Georgia Tech is an interesting one to me. I don't know that the SEC I don't know that Georgia, especially Georgia Tech, has history with the SEC. For those that don't know, Georgia Tech was in the SEC at one point, and they left due to the fact that the SEC didn't value academics as highly, and that caused them to leave, and it caused Tulane to leave. So both those schools were in the SEC, and they left. So there might still be some hard feelings there. I don't know. Some people carry grudges for a long, long time. But again, I just don't see doubling down in the state of Georgia. You're doubling down in South Carolina. You're doubling down in North Carolina. At that point, I think you maybe have to look at a Virginia or a Virginia Tech. Again, I was talking to somebody this week. I think, and Virginia might be hurt by Virginia Tech. I think North Carolina brings enough value that they can get the Wolfpack backpack with them. I don't know that the Cavaliers carry enough value to get the Cavaliers souvenir.
Really?
I listen, who's going to do the Big Ten already has Maryland, which already gets you into the DC market, which is already the largest DMA in Virginia. Why would you take 2 more schools in Virginia?
You don't take 2 schools. You don't take 2 schools if you're the SEC either. The Wolfpack
I think you do.
In my view, was never going to happen. I know that you're chatting about that. It doesn't make any sense, man. The double dip. You're right. Yeah, 100% in Virginia. Why would you do it? You wouldn't do it in North Carolina either. You don't need to. Just let them bleed a little bit more.
Klatt is the new voice of College Football 27. I bought the bundle. Congratulations. Woo! I have said after last year, I'm just going to wait and see. To me, it didn't make much of the additions from last year didn't make enough of a difference to me. I think they're following that same Madden model of just cut and paste and put a little new paint on it every year and charge $70 and get online and have some 14-year-old talk shit to you. So, but good for you, Evil Badger. Let me know what you think, because that might influence my buying. Let's get a few sounders in here first for Ryan Willie. We'll do a little on Wisconsin. And then we'll do his evil laugh. And then for C. Curtis, we'll do I don't know if I do that one. I might end up getting copyright struck by Big Joe.
We need a drink. You don't drink. Yeah, but I've been meaning to start.
As a Purdue fan, I'm sure that holds a place in your heart. Thank you for the super chats, guys. We do appreciate them, and thank you, Becky, as well. Let's get to some more comments here. We get your comments. Your comments all the time. MBM 357 says Florida State, Clemson, UNC, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, Kansas, OSU, North Carolina State to the SEC. Big scoop right there. Big scoop.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, how could Oklahoma State get in the SEC? They need to go to 24, right? Like this big scoop and everything. So
they need to go big scoop.
Yeah, if SEC goes to 24, Oklahoma State's totally in contention. Kansas is certain. Like I think that like Kansas, man, their Kansas is a sneaky good shape. I really think so. They're quiet. Like they've got things going. Basketball's looking good. They've got Booth over there. It's funding well.
I think the biggest pro for Kansas would be Notre Dame saying no.
The biggest pro for Kansas
would be Notre Dame saying no.
What does that mean?
That means if Notre Dame said no and you went to 24, I think Kansas has its best shot at the Big Ten.
Okay. Yes. Gotcha. Understood.
Vox Quindaro, good to see you, fine sir. He reminds us that Congress is the opposite of progress.
Nice. Very nice.
Greg's Disney Adventures, Buckeye fan. We appreciate you, Greg. Buckeye season right around the corner. Go Bucks. Miami and Florida State to the Big Ten. That's been mentioned as a travel partner. I've seen a lot of people putting that one out there.
Like, can you really, here's a question, like for Moan and all the Big Ten folks, if you grab Miami and you grab Duke, then like you got to help them out a little bit. That's even a worse situation than throwing like USC and UCLA out there without Oregon and Washington. You have to have some regionality a little bit.
Listen, there is region
travel more, but they're in Miami, Florida. They're in
there is
south of Florida.
Listen,
man.
There's regionality there though. You've got Penn State, Maryland, Rutgers. If you add a Duke, and then you have Miami, and there you go. There's a East Coast swing for you. That's your regional travel. That's certainly much better than Los Angeles to Piscataway.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, Miami's still going to have to make that. All teams are still going to have to make that cross-country trip. That's not changing.
I think this is like the consensus amongst like Big 10 folks that Miami and FSU would be just such a dynamic duel, though. This is kind of the real desire from the Big Ten, Notre Dame, Miami, and FSU, those three. Because like they're huge brands, that'd be amazing ads and stuff. Your football would be so good. It feels like I've seen this enough and heard this enough from Big Ten Nation that this is like the true desire, Notre Dame, Miami, and FSU.
Okay. Double O'Neill, 1804, cool name. 2 conferences can't break away. You would alienate 80% of the viewers that would have no reason to watch. Double O'Neill, I will let you know I'm doing a Moen Confidential video about the viewing numbers. And I can tell you right now, one statistic, 67% of time spent watching college football last year was spent watching either a Big Ten or an SEC game.
Yeah.
In terms of eyeballs, it's not any better. I understand you would eliminate and alienate some people with the Big 12 and the ACC. That number is going to get worse, though, if they take the best brands out of the Big 12 and the ACC. The ACC is actually above the Big 12 right now in that percentage. They're at like 18, the Big 12's at 15. You take away Miami, Florida State, and Clemson, it's not good for the ACC. It's not. And I think that's part of the problem that has plagued those conferences, to be honest with you. The reason they can't get great media deals is they can't get viewership. If you have viewership, if you've got viewers that advertisers want to get to, the media companies will pay you money. The Big Ten and the SEC have shown that. It's the main reason that Clemson and Florida State wanted to sue to get out of the ACC. They said, look, our brand is being viewed, but because the other brands aren't being viewed, it's damaging us to the point we can't compete. So I hear you. I completely get your viewpoint. Nate has the same viewpoint. You're going to alienate too many people. At the end of the day, I don't think they care.
Yeah, and like you're right, Moan. I agree with most of what you're saying, but it's a more of a short-term, midterm look at college sports. I mean, like in the long term, you're really going if you're not going to include certain regions of the country and everything, you're going to hurt the sport. And you're going to hurt viewership. Like you're going to end up stripping that away. And people are going to go watch the NFL more. They watch the NFL, but they're just going to care about the NFL more. So I think that in the long term, it's going to hurt Big Ten and SEC. There's going to be less viewership in college football in the longer term, but it's going to pay off big droves in the short and medium term because you're going to consolidate, you're going to get bigger media deals, and everyone's going to get paid buku, but you're hurting yourself in the long-term future, in my view.
Right, which is why I don't understand why the Big 12 and the ACC were so our Big 12 and ACC fans were so positive about this latest stuff that's happening with the Protecting College Sports Act.
You know why they're so positive, though? Because they've been taking. I told you this. They've been taking it for 5 to 7 years.
I understand that, but it's literally it's cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yes, it is. But like, I mean,
you're willing.
Does it really matter? Is it changing anything, Moan?
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's literally you're willing to eat a shit sandwich just so we have to smell the shit. It doesn't affect us. I mean. It really is. You have really damaged yourself. I mentioned it to Greg. I think the Big 12 should probably distance themselves from this. Say, hey, we don't want any part of that. And then form their own conference, and then we can have 3 mega conferences. But the ACC's days are numbered. It's just it.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Also, the SEC viewership was well ahead of the Big 10. Absolutely, in eyeballs, it was. But in advertiser dollars, it was not. But yes, I think it was 2-1 margin, the SEC in terms of eyeballs. Proud Southern Patriot, good to see you. I haven't seen you around here before. Hope you give us a like and a subscribe. We're trying to get to 6,000. This is about football money, not research, or Michigan would be trying to get into the Ivy League, and so would UCLA. The Ivy League is a private schools only, so Michigan and UCLA as public institutions could not enter the Ivy League. But yeah, research money does play a part in Big Ten. The research money that the Big Ten brings in dwarfs the money they bring in media money. So adding a school like Duke, we've mentioned it before. Yes, their football brand is not good. Yes, their football stadium is not good. They do have the #1 basketball brand, but adding a school that does $1.5 billion in research annually to your Cancer Research Consortium, to your academic alliance, it raises the boat. It raises the boat of every school in the academic alliance. So it does matter.
It does. It does. And you can self-fund. You don't need any distributions from them. You just need the platform of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big sell right there.
These schools do billions in research, way more than athletic media payouts. Absolutely. Like
you know what the funny thing is, I gotta speak to this because I agree with the sentiment. That's why it's so shocking to me to see Texas Tech pull the stunt they did within the last 2 weeks, with the president of Texas Tech going all in on Brendan Sorsby when you're considering different factors like research and everything else that goes on with the university. And like you basically go all in on just your football team and your quarterback, and you sell everything just for the football team and the quarterback to support that. This comment by MBM, I've always thought that's true, but like that was so jarring to me, like how the president could support a player like that with no considerations with relationships, research dollars, or anything else. And it seems like football is becoming more and more significant to me, to some universities, that they're willing to do anything for the exposure of football, and everything else just thrown out the window, man.
Fair enough. Becky Go Huskies posted Mafia Dr. Love, Mafia Utso Face, Mafia Big 10, Mafia Big 12. Those are the members only emotes. Thank you for using those, Becky. We do appreciate that. Vox Quindaro says 90-10, please consider the source you.
Yeah, that was from the Miami president. So he mentioned 90-10, but I mean, Bob Thompson and a lot of folks, like conventional is 80-20, right? But like, it's interesting to hear that from Miami, like an actual, like a legit university in realignment. Like, is it really truly 80-20? It seems like it's moving less to a 90-10 than like in 25-75 split. And what that tells me is basketball is becoming less relevant for media rights. That's what that tells me. And so basketball didn't have a huge swing factor anyway, but maybe it's losing leverage even, whereas the Big 10 or the Big 12 strategy and Yormark strategy is to go all in a basketball and be the best and split. your media rights for football and basketball. It just seems like a really silly idea where you're just like basically just trying to invest in nickels. Like, just to be honest with you, it's crazy.
Proud Southern Patriot again says Kansas is another who SEC or Big Ten don't want, despite being a top 5 hoops money generator. I'm going to disagree with you, PSP. Yeah, Kansas has a lot going for it beyond its basketball program. They have an elite cancer research hospital. They're in the AAU. They fit the Big Ten. Big Ten Midwest nice is what I'll call it. They fit that. For the SEC, they bring the Kansas-Mizzou rivalry. It gives Mizzou back their natural rivalry with Kansas. Again, they're investing heavily in football. Booth has made donations to the university to invest in football and athletics as a whole. Their basketball program, they need to get that figured out. That program needs to be competing for national championships year in and year out. But I think Kansas has a lot to offer.
I do too, especially for the SEC. Like, to me, the SEC gets a lot more bang for their buck than the Big Ten does with Kansas. Like, you add like the Mizzou KU rivalry, you add the basketball juice, the new markets there, like, and it's contiguous. It makes so much sense for the SEC as like an addition that would be like a 22nd, 23rd spot if it goes to 24. Like, Kansas might not get into like the 20, but on a 24, I think they're definitely in for the SEC. And I think it's a much better value driver for the SEC than the Big Ten, in my point of view. There's just a lot more boxes that are checked. Your AAU as well, so like your flagship in the state of Kansas, like, it makes a ton of sense.
Rock and Rant, who joins us here on the channel, and he's my partner on Mowing After Dark on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And sometimes I join him on College Football Express, his channel. So keep an eye out for both of us on his channel as well. The Big Ten can keep their bid. Miami should not accept a 25% begging deal. Okay, Rock. I mean, we'll have to get more into this on Sunday. I know you probably have a lot to say about it, and I don't want to try and sum it up with just 144 characters here. So we'll save that for Sunday. So that's something you guys could tune in. Rock and Rant is going to have some ranting going on Sunday about the rumored, and again, this is just rumored, deal that the Big Ten offered that Miami would get a 25% deal to start, followed by a 50% deal within 2 years. Let's see.
Wait, flesh that out a little bit more, Moan. Flesh that out.
Nope. MBM357 says Bedlam puts eyeballs on TV like 7 million-ish recently. Yeah, great rivalry. Great rivalry. I want to see it return.
It's one of the best rivalries in the whole game.
Yeah,
Bedlam.
it's
like, seriously, like, it has to return. It's a travesty that's gone. It needs to be back. And like, I know that Oklahoma State fans don't want that back unless they're in the same conference together. But man, it's just too good not to have. We need it.
James Rawson 241. Good to see you, James. See you're new around here. Hopefully you have liked and subscribed to the channel. On our way to 6K. North Carolina State will be taken by the SEC, I believe, if they can't get North Carolina. That is less they take Duke instead, and I think they would be better off with Virginia than Virginia. I think it's Virginia Tech than Virginia. Here's the thing. North Carolina it's a Wolfpack backpack situation. You've got to deal with state government. The Board of Governors there in North Carolina has more or less decreed that North Carolina State and North Carolina are going to be in the same conference. Duke's a private institution. Duke can do what it wants.
Mm-hmm.
The same is true. You bring up Virginia Tech. The same is true of them. They've, the people within the state there have made claims that Virginia and Virginia Tech are destined to be in the same conference. So I don't know that that's possible. Maybe if Virginia goes to the Big Ten and the SEC takes Virginia Tech, they let that happen. But, we'll see. Thanks for the comment, James. Appreciate you. Michael Smith, the Notre Dame Fighting Irishman. Miami was already in the Big East. They're used to going north. Yeah, they've traveled to Maryland before when they were in the ACC. They've traveled to Rutgers when they were in the Big East. They've made those trips before. Pitt is not that far from Penn State, so it's not like it's a huge deal to get a lot of travel partners down there. I think if you have a Duke, you have a Virginia maybe. But I think just a school in North Carolina is enough to make that leap. The Big Ten doubling down in Florida doesn't sound strange. Florida is a huge market.
Yeah.
Bulldog, Mississippi, I 100% agree with you. Florida is a big market, but they have a big issue with government overreach. And the Big Ten presidents do not like it. They got to make Washington, Oregon whole first or same time as Miami is what Greg said.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, Miami's going to have to take a reduced share. It's going to be, is it going to be 10, 15, 25, 50? It's just part of the game now. No one gets a complete share unless you're USC or Ohio State going into a Premier League.
Yeah, listen, it's if you have schools that are literally telling us that they are literally telling people that they would self-fund themselves through the length of the media deal, it's going to be hard for the Big Ten to tell another team they can't take a pay cut. In Oregon and Washington, they do deserve to be made whole first. Right, that's part of the deal. That was part of the deal they made when they entered the Big Ten, that if they added anybody new, they would be made whole first. That's part of the deal. So you've got to come up with that money. Then you got to come up with the money for a Miami, per se, or whoever we're putting out there. Certain schools that have self-funding money you don't have to worry about, but you know, those other schools are going to have to take some kind of reduced pay for a period of time. And it's not unknown for that to happen. I mean, Maryland and Rutgers did the same. Oregon and Washington did the same. UCLA and USC, yes, they got full shares right away. But they brought the Los Angeles market, which was huge for the Big Ten. And is one of the reasons they got such a high media deal. Hall of Fame college football with Jason Watkins says, stop calling it a rivalry. 91-21-9 is hardly a rivalry. I don't know, but it was always fun to watch Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma in Bedlam. I know I watched some of those. It was a
great rivalry.
I watched some of those 21s, Jason. It was fun. It was fun. Marcus Williams, Joaquin Morales. I wish we ASU could join the big. I live in Phoenix. Marcus just wants to be able to go see a Michigan game.
Yeah.
That's all. Drive to Los Angeles, Marcus. Drive to Los Angeles.
The ASU U of A thing is really interesting because, like, they're a package deal, right? Basically, at least that's like what the thought is, right? That is kind of like an UNC, NC State situation, but there's just not as much value. Very interesting dynamic there, right?
Yeah, I think they're staying in the Big 12. Manic Reactions, he says, hey, Moan and you.
Hey,
Good to see you, Manic Reactions. Thanks for stopping by. I think we're going to end it there for tonight. We've been on the air for over 2 hours here tonight. I want to thank everybody who joined in the show, joined in the conversation, joined in the debate. Best community in YouTube. We appreciate it. I want to especially thank MBM357, Bulldog, Mississippi, Koi34 for the gifted memberships. I think your guys' generosity has unlocked a new members-only emote. I will go unlock that and make sure it stays unlocked after the show here. I want to thank everybody for the super chats from Ricky Tungate, who started us out and wished a field of clowns on me. Mark Bowman, Tawtown Hawk, who was a member for 9 months. Thank you, Tawtown Hawk. I still got the drip. Tune in next Friday. Cody Reviews, who has been new to the channel for the last 3 months, but a great contributor. Wolfpack Man. Thank you, Cody Reviews. Becky Go Huskies. Illini Ted re-upped his membership. Hall of Fame college football with Jason Watkins, been a member for 26 months.
Let's go.
2 years and 2 months. God damn, son. Thank you.
Let's go.
Elvin Gully, thank you for the super chat. I will get an Arkansas Sounder on the board for you, sir. Ryan Thomas, best wishes to you, sir. Hope you are feeling better. Let us know how everything goes for you. C. Curtis, 2407. Again, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Caleb Ramirez, thanks for the heads up on the Heather Denich article. I do appreciate that as well. Bulldog, Mississippi, again, hitting us with super chats. Becky Go Huskies, the Moped Queen. The other Gygax, Appreciate you, Dan, and everything you do for the channel. Love your shorts. Mama Duck Clemson Tigers. Love that username. Mama Duck Clemson Tigers.
Let's go.
Skaven Yes, who's been a member for 19 months. I'm still not forgiving the Nebraska marching band, Skaven. They're getting a heavy metal remix of Hail Varsity, or a Latin remix or something. Evil Badger, who was able to join us late. Appreciate that, Ryan. Hope you enjoyed your family time. And we got one more super chat before we go. C. Curtis, Purdue Pete, #1 Miami, getting a lower share is their buy-in to the Big Ten Network, which they will own part of the Big Ten Network. This is true.
Yeah.
Every school in the Big Ten had to pay a buy-in share for the Big Ten Network. It is what it is. That's, everybody's got to take a cut at some point. If they could find the money to give everybody a full share, they would. They would.
I mean, who's got more leverage, the Big Ten or Miami?
Big Ten, yeah, the Big Ten. That's the thing. I mean, the only thing that gives Miami leverage is the SEC. And if the SEC moves first and takes Florida State, I think it really is going to do a number. But I will save that discussion for Sunday. I know Rock has a lot he wants to say about it, and I want to let him say it. And so that'll be appointment viewing for Tuesday. But thank you for Sunday. But thank you for another $5 super chat, Curtis. Just a reminder, next week, Nate will have his normal call-in show on Tuesday. He will be doing a members-only stream next week, time to be determined. There will be a new Moen Confidential video debuting for members next week, so definitely check that out. If you are not a member yet, get on it, boys. Get on it. Join that membership. Get access to all these great perks, including the member emotes. For myself, for Wild You, I want to thank everybody who tuned into this evening, who gave us spirited comments and debate and super chats and all that good stuff. We love you guys. Love doing Friday's show. It's one of the funnest times of the week for us. It's lit,
baby.
And I'll have to do a Tarleton ad for next week as well. But yeah, thanks everybody. We will catch you next Friday on the Big Freaking Friday show. Everybody have a good week. Peace out.